The voters have made their decision. Recreational marijuana will soon be legal in Missouri after Amendment 3 passed with 53.1% of the vote last night. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson in for Ann Allred, but it's not as automatic as some might think. Laura Barczewski is here to break down the timeline of what is next for recreational pot in Missouri. Laura.
Mike and Kelly, we still have just less than a month before Amendment 3 actually goes into effect on December 8th. And then there's several more months before Missourians can buy it for recreational use. After voters passed Amendment 3, there was quite the celebration. Proponents even lit up outside, but we still have a ways to go before marijuana is sold for recreational use.
Dispensaries will start transitioning to recreation no sooner than February 6th. So we get to be really excited, but things won't actually start to kick into gear until that time.
St. Louis University adjunct professor Kayla Brown studies cannabis law and entrepreneurship. She says the dispensaries already up and running will be the first ones to sell recreational products, in addition to medical pot. She says there are still benefits for patients with a medical card.
You would go in as a medical patient, you would show your card, and that would distinguish you from paying the recreational sales tax. You wouldn't be subject to that. You would be subject to the medical program as it is currently, and then you'd also be entitled to more THC.
Under Amendment 3, Missouri would collect a 6% sales tax on marijuana, which counties and cities will have the opportunity to get in on as well. But that doesn't mean they have to. Representatives from Smart Approaches to Marijuana oppose the amendment and are going to work with areas in Missouri that don't want dispensaries.
There are ways to opt out of that or kind of restrict the amount or level of saturation of advertising and of placement of dispensaries and things like that, whether, how close is it to a school or public park where kids are, things like that, to things like potency caps.
Starting June 8th, 2023, expungements for criminal marijuana offenses are automatic for most people, but it will likely take time. However, there are steps that some people will have to go through.
So hiring an attorney, which is pretty cost prohibitive to some people, as well as go through the process. A judge can still say yes or no based on their discretion, and then you still have to get that filed with the court.
Once stores are licensed on February 6th, anyone 21 years and older can buy up to 3 ounces of marijuana per day, but you could still be fined for using it in public in unauthorized areas. Kelly?
All right, thanks, Laura.